for those in attendance and UFC fans watching around the world. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, it's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, presenting the former UFC welterweight champion and the number 5 ranked welterweight contender in the world, Tyron, the chosen one, Woodley. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of Miami, Florida, presenting the former interim UFC welterweight champion and the number 2 ranked welterweight contender in the world, Colby Chaos Convigton.
You ready? On Colby Convigton.
Go, Covington, the -350 betting favorite here tonight. This fight clock is brought to you by Dave & Buster's. T. Wood, a +280 betting underdog. Covington out of the southpaw stance in blue. Woodley is in black. And this main event grudge match is underway. Woodley's coaches, Duke Rufus, Dean Thomas, feel like he's been a little bit hesitant to throw his hands in his last 2 fights. Certainly that's been the big narrative for Woodley coming in, as the fighters exchange low leg kicks.
I'm anxious, John.
Oh, nothing quite like it. Early takedown attempt for Covington, and he grounds Woodley. Good early sign for Colby.
Perfect timing on the takedown, made it easy. Waited for the right hand and shot underneath it.
Yeah, and just
takedown 101. And let's see if Woodley uses his guard to get to the fence and get up, or if he stays here and holds on. That's the difference in some of the fights that we saw with Kamaru, is that he stayed here instead of using his feet on the hips and using his wrestling to get back to his feet.
Yeah, I think it's a much smarter choice for Woodley to try to get us back on that fence, get back up, get back into the stand-up where he can use that power and use that speed. Right here, this is exactly where Covington wants his fight to be.
And if you've watched Covington's career, you've heard us talk often about this third lung that he possesses, or seemingly possesses. Just has felt it from a very early age that he could out-cardio guys.
Yeah, I really think that's genetic in a lot of people. You know, you can train it, you can always make it better, but some people are blessed with it.
Good get up by Woodley. He didn't rush that. He took his time and he went step by step, and now he's back on his feet. Took no damage on his way up and didn't give Covington any position.
And he's trying to work his way out of here. You can tell he doesn't want to just accept this on the fence. He's already moving this back out into the open. Nice job there from Tyron Woodley.
He knew the spinning elbows were coming, and he took his time there in that clinch to break away.
The guard is there for Woodley to prevent that head kick offering from Covington from landing.
Now that takedown, let's see if it makes Tyron a little gun shy. That's the next question. Does it shut him down from throwing his hands?
Woodley remaining committed to the body early. Covington now training at MMA Masters in Miami. 2 of the more unheralded elite coaches in the game, Daniel Valverde, Cesar Carnero, trying to help Covington realize his dream as the undisputed champion.
I know Tyron's got such a vicious overhand, but facing a southpaw, I'd like to see him straighten that shot out or go to the body like that.
Nice. Beautiful body kick from Covington.
Right hand up. When you throw hands, then right back. Hands up. Then right back, right back. When he throws the take him down.
Covington closes the distance, lands a big right hand.
Keep around the hood. He's going to try to move to the right side. Pay attention now. Yes. From here, yes. Well, you have 1 minute and a half to go.
Covington can fight like this all day long. Punch, punch, land a couple shots, press him up against the fence, look for a takedown, and just do that for 25 minutes, no issue.
He landed a record 179 strikes against Robbie Lawler in their 5-rounder last August, a welterweight record. Threw 541 strikes against Lawler. Dom, you were there.
Oh, there's an insane amount of punches against Lawler, but as you see with Woodley, Woodley's squeezing him so tight here so that he can't get off on the long combinations. He's keeping him in close. Now, it's making them like basically over-under clinch the entire time, but now Woodley's, or Covington can't get ahead on the strikes like we said he usually does.
And it looked like a second one also landed for Covington. And now a left hook partially grazes the chin of Woodley.
Tyron being hesitant again, just backing up. Can't accept this position up against the fence against Colby Covington. He's just going to pressure him and wear on him.
Seems like strategically a big part of the early game plan was to soften up that body of Covington, but you're right in terms of the volume. Not there from Woodley early on. Good head movement there by Tyron. 5 minutes down.
Get mouthpiece? Yeah. All right,
take a deep breath, Steve. Okay.
All right, we need to touch him a little bit more, okay? We need to start going down to his body.
You got to get more with that left hand, okay?
That knee to his body hurt him. We don't like them body shots. Just keep moving your feet as you punch and go down to his body, all right? Keep angling off to his outside, all right? Remember that shuffle punch to his body. You got to use that, all right? Keep using that shit. Right.
Control. He's already tired, but do not underestimate him. You're right. It's going to be the same game, same thing. Pay attention the same way, okay? One more water now, huh? Okay. Same thing, pressure and the same thing.
Well, UFC Fight Pass is launching another wave of shows this fall, including new episodes of Fight Lore, Year of the Fighter, and Knockouts Only. Get caught up on the most in-depth shows in all of combat sports and head to UFC Fight Pass now to catch up on the new series everyone is talking about. UFC Fight Pass, step into our world. Paul, I gotta ask you, you heard your head coach Duke Rufus and Dean Thomas in the corner of Tyron Woodley. Your thoughts on the advice after round one?
I mean, I like that they're saying you got to go to the body. You need to touch him more. I mean, that's exactly accurate. We can sit here and know that, right? But he's got to throw a few more punches to kind of get those numbers up, because Covington, for him, this isn't even high volume yet. I feel like he's going to try to turn that up as the rounds go on. I think he's being very patient and very smart right now. So for Tyron, it's just, there you go. He's got to be more of that. He's got to get on the front foot and move Covington onto the back foot. He's got to be aggressive. Nice leg kick there from Woodley.
Yeah, this is somewhat of a quiet Colby Covington so far, and he's still up 40 punches.
Right back off it. Hands up, Bobby. Yes.
Looked like a flying knee offering from Covington. Hard to see the extent to which it landed.
Yeah, that takedown, that first takedown just really changed everything in the beginning of this fight. Since then, we've seen Woodley keep his butt up against the fence. And I think that's because he feels comfortable. He can stop the takedowns there, obviously. It's the easiest place. We see Woodley do it a lot in the past, and then he pulls you into his power. So far, we haven't seen the power land.
And I'm told that flying knee did not land. That elbow did partially.
There we go. But then again, right away, Covington just moving forward, staying sharp. He's well aware of the power in the right hand.
That's all he has. You know that.
And Colby really is a big game player. Most of his fights are going to have emotion, they're going to have friction, they're going to have a contentious lead up, and he just doesn't seem phased at all by
it. Goes away. It goes away, right? He does it all in the beginnings. Hypes the fight, sets it up, makes it all about that, and then as soon as you, even from his walk, you see him get in there, and then it's just all business.
Nice takedown by Woodley there.
I wonder if he's looking for a guillotine. We saw that in the Wonder Boy fight, how tight his guillotine can be. Does he want to do that, though, and risk a chance of being on his back?
Now that Colby has that opposite leg, it helps him defend the takedown by grabbing that other leg. But going double, I mean, he's good here. He's got the 5-finger guillotine here, but he's got the arm in now. No threat. Colby's right where he wants to be now.
Defend with your right hand.
Covington now training under the aforementioned Daniel Valverde. He said he had always heard about him in terms of his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo acumen. Elbow out of the break for Covington. Woodley brought in Jorge Gamebred Masvidal in preparation for Covington. 2 minutes out to go, round 2.
Hands up. There it is. Where you gotta get in, where you go. Yes.
And Woodley has landed just 8 significant strikes unofficially thus far. That should add to the total.
I think we forget sometimes, too, the caliber of wrestling that Tyron's coming from, but just doesn't use it as much. Not anymore.
He uses it, just he's not being as offensive, and he's not first anymore. A lot of times we've seen him be first a lot. He's kind of waiting right now on Colby.
Over 100 collegiate wrestling wins for Tyron Woodley, the former 2-time D1 All-American, Big 12 champ at the University of Missouri.
See, and that's where Tyron's got to counter. See, he made Colby miss big with that left hand, but then doesn't come back with his own counter right. Like, as soon as he makes Colby swing and miss, he's got to capitalize. Colby doesn't feel threatened right now.
Body kick from Covington. Not so much as a wince from Woodley.
He's built like a tank.
Just want to walk around like that for a day, Carl. Just a day.
Yeah.
That's a good right hand. He jumped off the fence, was able to reach Colby with that one. Dodged the right hand.
Good movement there from Tyron.
The right hand of Colby there, dodged it. Nice.
Oh, big right hand from Covington.
Left high kick to the right hand.
Nice combo back and forth here between these guys.
Yeah, perhaps Woodley trying to bait him there as Tyron countered with a nice combination.
That's a punch over there every time.
Flying knee lands to the body for Covington. Late land for Woodley at the end of round 2.
Okay.
No, over here. Thank you.
Breathe. I want you to pay attention when you go backwards. When you pressure him, pay attention to your right hand. You have to block that. Okay? Breathe, breathe, breathe.
Colby, he's very tired, man.
He's tired. And the game is trying to scramble with him. For you to take him down again and submit him. Don't knock him out. Breathe.
Ground him in the deep end.
Don't underestimate his right. That's the only thing he has right now. He's rely on one punch. You know? You win the whole thing. But we're not going to underestimate him. And when you walk this way.
See here, some nice body kicks by Covington land. Another one. And right here, you see Woodley jump off the fence, Pettis style. Left high kick by Covington,
Okay,
and then
here we go,
a 1-2
gentlemen. Third
down
round.
the middle. Textbook.
All right, round 3 of a possible 5 is underway. Covington advances. We'll see if Covington tries to change the levels.
You got to close your finger. Time. Come over here.
Pausing the action here due to an inadvertent eye poke. We'll show you the replay when it is racked.
Yeah, I don't think Colby thought it was an eye poke, so.
When you're in striking conditions, just do me a favor. Keep them closed. You're both doing the same thing, but just keep them closed in striking distance.
Super eye poke. Definitely
Right
an eye
arm.
poke.
Looked like he tried to maybe close the fist right before.
Yeah.
Well, unlike a groin strike, we have said this before, you don't technically get the full 5 minutes
Let me
for an
get,
eye poke
where's
for
the
whatever reason.
Yeah, I
Oh, yeah.
never understood that.
Woodley has asked for a towel. They will call in the RP, ringside physician.
Yeah, please. It looked like you brushed down on you more than poked you, so dry yourself over with the towel.
In there.
Dry yourself over the towel, get the sweat out of your eyes. Yeah.
See it? Yeah, okay. You got it there, right? You okay?
Is it scratching?
I can't tell if it's scratched or not.
Oh.
It's up to you. Can you see?
Give me a second.
Well, Woodley will have to tell the doctor that he can see in order for this fight to continue.
Yeah, don't say you can't see.
Feel better? You get some time, hold on. You want to roll them out again or no?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Dan Murgliata doing a nice job
yeah,
giving
helping him
T-Wood
out.
some time. A chance for both guys to refresh the gas tank.
All right.
For Convigton, refueling.
Thanks, Coach.
Arguably the greatest
All right, gentlemen,
tank
please
in
keep
the
your fingers
sport at
closed when you're in
present.
distance of striking, all right? This is one warning for you. No more warnings, guys. Ready? Let's go. Timekeeper, time in.
All right, back underway here, early round 3.
All Move your head, keep going forward. Move your head, keep going forward, Tyron. Let's go. Hands up. Go forward.
Well, that Woodley corner wants forward motion.
I think he's got to. I think he's got to make it a bit of a dogfight because right now, you see Convigton just comfortable. He's mixing things up. He's throwing kicks. Tyron's got to bring the chaos to the chaos.
Yeah, that's exactly what's got to happen. He's got to just sit down and be willing to trade and get that respect. Yeah,
Touch him with that power a little bit.
He wants to. You can see it in his face.
Yeah, he does. He's mad now.
But it is hard to get a hold of Colby, too. It's not easy to just punch.
No, because you overswing one time, you end up on your back.
Or in this position right here.
You can hear Daniel Valverde coaching Convigton through these transitions.
Like that. He's tired. You move it to your right. Yes. Finish, Colby. Finish, man. Go to the right, Colby. Yes, go to the right. You get the
Convigton in position. North of 3 minutes of clinch control time for Convigton, unofficially 1 of 4 on his takedown attempts thus far. 3 minutes now to go round 3. Convigton issues a complaint for Woodley grabbing the inside of his glove. Needed the body for Woodley and another one.
2 minutes and 40 seconds. Yeah, I like that.
You see a lot of referees handle these clinch situations differently. Now Murgliata may be looking for some more action. Convigton obliges.
Yeah, not too much happening right now.
A lot of refs have a quick trigger.
Oh, God, some, yeah, you get 10 seconds. Ooh. Yeah, Tyron's got to try to get that underhook and turn him into the fence and get out of this position.
Woodley fought Gilbert Burns back in late May. This is the first fight of the year for Colby Convigton since he was beaten by Kamaru Usman in the undisputed welterweight title fight last December. Convigton fights and gets the underhook.
Keep working, work, yes, work.
Referee seeing enough action here to let the fighters continue in the clinch. Under 90 seconds in the round.
Yeah, not much to say right now. Just jockeying for position, digging underhooks.
And there is a segment of the fan base, I think Joe Rogan even included, that doesn't want any referee separations, right? Let them fight out of it somehow, some way.
Yeah, I'm not on that page.
1 minute now to go, round 3. Clinch strikes, advantage Covington, 2-to-1 ratio.
And in the old days, like the old Pride days before the UFC bought it, they used to give yellow cards, red cards.
Yeah,
that really picked up the pace. I mean, a yellow card might get passed out a couple fights, you know, and then people really start to pretty much take each other out instead of no break aparts by the refs. I don't know, just different ideas. But.
And I hope I'm not misquoting my broadcast partner, Joe Rogan, but I believe that is his stance.
No, you're right, John. You're right. Well, I know especially on the ground, Joe is a big believer that once it's in a grappling position, let them fight.
Yes.
He might think about it in the clinch as well, but I know for sure on the ground. And I agree there a lot more. There's a lot more can happen.
Both guys seem to land a moment ago. Nice up elbow from Covington.
Let's go. Take it to us. Back it up.
We are 15 minutes in, possibly 10 to go.
Give me the mouthpiece.
Tyron, you got to turn it up, baby. You got to turn up your offense, okay? You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I need it now. We need you to turn up that offense. Okay? Quit backing away from this guy, okay?
All right.
We got to move
Listen to me.
forward, son.
You want to win this fight, right? Yes, sir. The only thing that counts is your fucking will to win. All right?
The kicks on his body, working perfectly. Just don't drop your hand. When you kick fast. Think and kick fast. When you throw your cross, don't lean on. Don't lean on. Throw your cross and come back, okay? Don't be lazy.
Right after this here main event, don't miss a recap of all the action on the UFC Fight Night post show on ESPN Plus. Megan O'Leary, Karen Bryant, Kamaru Usman, and Sugar Rashad Evans. Break it all down shortly. Right after this headliner, and only here on ESPN Plus.
All right, 4th round. You ready? You ready? Let's go, gentlemen.
All right, we have hit the main event rounds. T. Wood, Colby Chaos.
That's the kick his coach has asked for. That to the head and that to the body, and that one landed. Now they're calling for it to the body, right under the left hand of Woodley there. Right hand, excuse me.
I think Covington's kickboxing is underrated, to be honest with you, sometimes. I mean, his volume is there. He does mix his kicks to the head, body, and legs. He's been throwing really nice elbows inside of the clinch.
Yeah. Level change from Covington here.
Yeah, just look at the stats here. I mean, Covington 40 to the head, 52 to the body, and 31 to the legs. He has just covered every base that he needs to attack Tyron's body. Beautiful work.
Well, we all know that Tyron's strong enough to get off the fence here, so he's choosing to stay here. He's choosing this. So
you can hear it in the corner, right?
Yeah, well, that's just where the numbers are going ahead because he's choosing to stay on the fence, whereas Colby's coming out in the middle, fighting a little bit, and then pushing him to the fence. So it's a little bit different. There's a 5-finger guillotine, meaning there's no arm in there. It's just the chin, but it helps you stop the takedown. And you threaten the choke, but there's not really a finish there. It's just enough to stop the takedown in this position for Woodley. Nice. High crotch dump. And man, that's hard to get on a guy like Woodley, so that took over 3 rounds before you could finally wear him down to get it. And this is what his corners were talking about. They said, don't try to punch with him. They said, take him down and submit him. That's what Colby Covington's corners said before this round. And here he is listening up, going methodically, step by step into what his corners asked for.
Smart, he waited.
Yeah.
They waited. And they told him. They didn't say that before. And now they're like, okay, that's it.
They planned very accordingly for the style of Tyron Woodley. It wasn't like all this trash talk, he's nothing, he's all these things. No, they were very prepared for this fight against Woodley.
An American Top Team gets the lion's share of the credit for all things good in South Florida MMA, but MMA Masters, these guys, right? Amanda Nunes started there. Ricardo Lamas had a lot of success with them. Nice to see these men get some shine and a chance to maybe produce a championship with Covington.
hips.
nice elbow there.
We saw Woodley use this position, and he was able to get back to the fence. Uses this position to get to his feet. Will he do it again, or will he stay here? Because against Usman, he stayed in the guard position. I'm curious if in this 4th round he's got enough to get back up right now, or if Colby will keep him here.
Right now, Colby just hammering the body. Oh, there's some blood down there, guys.
Who got cut?
Get your fingers out of that cage. Get your fingers out of the cage.
Was it an elbow? Must have been an
that big elbow that Convigton landed.
Oh, he's got the arm trapped now. Watch out for this. This is a bad position for Woodley. That left arm of his is trapped. The only thing stopping Convigton is that left arm he's got out there.
Oh, right from Covington. And now Woodley closes the guard.
Another elbow there from Covington.
Looks like maybe a cut just underneath that right eyebrow of Woodley, and that's not going to help matters.
All right, turn yourself away from the cage. You're looking to work that way.
Woodley working right in front of his coaches.
Keep him off balance, Tyron. Disrupt his hips. Use your legs to disrupt his hips. Push and pull with your legs.
The butterfly hook with your right. Knees up. The
That blood is really bothering him, guys.
Shoot your hips out.
You see that's pouring right into both eyes right now of Woodley.
That's the problem when you're laying down.
Yep.
The blood doesn't go down. It goes straight back into your eyes like a puddle. So he can't see. It burns right now. It's probably terribly annoying. He's got to get back to his feet.
And he's right in front of his own corner right now, so.
He's not using his legs to get up. He's just squeezing right now, and that's what's causing him to be here.
And do you see those numbers? I mean, I hate to lean on the stats so much, but total striking accuracy, 76%.
Yeah.
That's Alistair Overeem territory.
Well, it's a little easier when you guys are chest to chest and you're landing strikes there too. The percentages go up, but he's still just staying more busy.
Make his face, Colby. Make his face a little bit. Push his face down. And elbow, big elbow. Push his face down.
The thing is, right here, Woodley's stopping really bad damage from happening, but he's not really like trying to create a fight for himself. He's just stopping the damage that Colby's doing.
Yeah, he's not doing anything right now, unfortunately.
All right, so a big 4th round for Colby Covington. Potentially a 10-8. 5th and final round coming up.
Hey, Jeff, that cup was from me.
Come on, you guys sit down. Sit down. Sit down. I need your head up, okay?
Listen, Tyron.
Wipe his face.
I'm gonna be straight with you. The only way you're winning is if you stop this guy. So you gotta put your combos going, double, triple jab right away. Come out, mixing up your combos. See, this is the last.
You gotta go
round.
hand, baby.
You gotta be relentless this round, son.
You gotta bend your knees and go after him. All right, this is it. There's nothing but this. Right, this is all we got. All right, this is it.
Let's go.
Right here is a high crotch takedown for Covington, and that really just started all these elbows that you're seeing right here. Sliced open Woodley's eyes. Another elbow here on the other side. So both sides of the eyes are sliced. Let's see what Woodley wakes up in this 5th and really
Final
brings
round,
it.
gentlemen.
And we will see the extent to which Woodley goes for it here late. You saw 113-2, the numbers in round 4. Woodley has landed 83 significant strikes in his last hour and 10 minutes in the octagon, right? So 83 significant lands in 70 minutes. Got some work to do tonight, does the former undisputed welterweight champ.
He's got to go for broke. And you heard Duke say it to him in the corner. He's like, listen, there's one way that we're getting out of here with a win, and it's a finish.
It was the same message late in that Gilbert Burns fight, and you didn't necessarily get that output from T. Wood. We'll see what he does with the final 4+ minutes. But this is a prime and primal Colby Covington doing what he does best.
Go to the left. Go to your left. Go to your left. Spread your legs. Go to his right. Take him down the leg. Go to your left.
Battling for this leg position here.
What Woodley wants to do is he wants to get his left elbow towards the floor, and he's got to lift. He's got to turn to the left, not towards the fence if you're Woodley to get that guillotine. Oh, something happened.
Time! That's it.
So that is it.
Don't run.
Perhaps a rib injury for Tyron Woodley, but Colby Covington does get the TKO stoppage in round 5.
Where you at, Usman? Where you at, Street Judas?
We'll see what ultimately caused the injury to Tyron Woodley.
I want my fucking belt back.
But
Give me my
there
belt.
can be little doubt that Colby Covington is one of the best welterweights on the planet, and you got to think at some point he's going to find his way back into an undisputed championship setting.
Yeah, something happened there. I'm guessing something popped out.
Broken, you're next, fake newsman. You're next. You too, Street Judas Hospital.
Well, Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns were not able to finish Tyron Woodley. Colby Covington is able to do so, and you know he wants that Usman rematch. He wants the fight against his former good friend Jorge Masvidal, but he has closed this Woodley chapter emphatically tonight.
Yeah, well, let's take a look here. I mean, it was just pretty much a dominant, nonstop 4-round performance here, or 5th round for Colby Covington. Stuck in this guillotine for a half of a second, no real issues. Gets out of it, passes over, and then something happened here to Tyron Woodley's ribs. We won't know until he has some images done, but hopefully he's okay. But let's listen.
Scramble out of there. Get around. Scramble out of there. Scramble out of there, Tyron. Yes. Yes. Now you go for trap the leg, Bobby. Trap the leg, Bobby. Use it to get up. Use that to get up, Tyron. You gotta grab the leg, trap the leg. Don't let him get foot guard.
Fuck! Time! That's it. Don't run. Be gentle.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 19 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by TKO, Colby Chaos Covington.